Good morning, good morning. It's been a long time. We weren't able to do this show for a while, but we wanted to do this show for numerous amount of reasons. You're listening to WOOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another edition of the 623 Lives Matter show. It's good to see everybody that's listening in on 92.9 WOM. Thank you. Everybody that's watching, thank you. Hope everybody's enjoying this beautiful Wednesday morning. We got some tickets here that we're going to draw here later on. As you guys know, we were raffling off a TV for our campaign. And speaking of the campaign, we have one more week before they count the ballots. And for everybody that's going to ask questions, yes, I'm on my own time. So I know that's going to come up. But yeah, I'm on my own time. But this is very important. We got 1 week left. Actually, three years ago this week, our local made history in electing, African American principal office for the first time in the local's existence. It was so historic that the Philadelphia Inquirer, they wanted to do a story about it because Philadelphia, even though it's a union town, the Teamsters are not, at the top. You know what I mean? This is a building trades, public sector type city. Even though it is a big union town, the Teamsters are kind of either toward the bottom or at the bottom of the middle, if you would say. But yeah, this is a building trades town. So the Teamsters and what we did here at 623 in the city was historic, man. It was very big, and we appreciate you guys voting for us 3 years ago, and we appreciate you guys voting for us now. All of the text messages and screenshots and Facebook posts and Facebook messages and Instagram and all the phone calls and all the well wishes, man, we appreciate that. We thank you. God bless you for that. We do. But we also want to make sure that translates into the ballot. It's one thing to say, Hooker, you guys got it. But it's another thing to make sure that the ballots reflect what you guys are saying on social media, on the Texas. All right, so we need to make sure that we bring this thing home. And listen, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to be here for another term and get this contract right and do the things that should have been done previous years. We're going to make sure that they are done now. So again, thank you guys so much. So if you have not gotten a ballot, it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. Because we got 1 week. I talked to a member before I got here, and they just got theirs yesterday. So the mail is jacked up. So what we need you guys to do, if you got them sitting on your table, if you got them sitting on your refrigerator, if you got them sitting on your nightstand, please open the ballot up and vote the right-hand side. Richard Hooker Jr., 623 Lives Matter. It's just that simple. Listen, it's more than the name that's on the ballot. It's more to what each campaign stands for and what it stands on. We've been trying to fight and have fought this company tooth and nail. You guys seen the amount of money that we've grown to fund. We talk about it. $1.2 million in growth in assets in less than 3 years. You're talking about by the end of the year, at the end of the year, we could be at $1.5 million. That's double, more than double of what the previous guys did in 5 years. So we're responsible with your money. And I know that, this whole thing, we saw all the rhetoric out there, but they really shot themselves in the foot by focusing on something that was beneficial to the membership. like a picnic and hall renovations. And what we focused on was his contract. We've been focused on his contract from day one because we knew how the membership felt about 2013 and 2018, having these contracts forced on members and not having your voices heard, and being told that if you didn't vote yes the first time that this was going to happen, and all these kinds of things. There were no spaces created for our members to be involved in, and it was all of these things, man, that we really had to come in and try to rejuvenate our local. Listen, 623 is the largest Teamster local in the city, but you wouldn't know it because we've been stagnant up until 2020. And we created so many spaces for our members to get involved in, like our women's caucus. And I see Kissy, she's watching it now, and she can tell you in detail about how this committee empowers our women and educate our women when we send them to the conferences, because an educated membership is a more engaged membership, and then the engagement translates into participation. And that's what we really need. We need to participate in our union, but we have to give our members something to participate in. It's just not about contracts and pension funds and the grievances, man. It has to be more than just that. And that's what we tried to bring when we first got elected, to create more of a family atmosphere like we did with the Generation 623 committee, where we had the Madden tournament. Everybody bring their kids out. We had some of our retirees. They brung 623, good brother. 623. So you have to create all these spaces. Again, going back to the Madden tournament that we had. I mean, if you look at what happened, the retirees bringing their grandkids and our members bringing their kids, and it was such an environment that you wouldn't see up until now. Then we have our Unite committee, and then our rank and file committee that was actually put in place because of a bylaw amendment that we changed before getting elected. And that's something that we always talked about before the election of 2019, was doing the job before the job became available. Doing the work, being proactive. That's why we have to make sure that we vote for progress. We vote for being proactive. We vote for the family. We vote for the grievances and all these things that we've been doing since 2019. I mean, I can go on and on and on in the numbers, but what I would ask everybody to do, if you want more information, go to www.623livesmatter.com, and you can see just a snippet of all the things that we've been doing. The COVID response. Listen, that pandemic, man, that we're still going through, it's not as bad as it was 2 years ago, but COVID is still out here. And, we saw what the company tried to do, and we had to make a decision. We had to fight, and they was all upset with me and our approach to that. But again, our members mean more to us than those packages mean to us, right? Without the workers, without the members, UPS don't make a dime. UPS does not make anything. You can't go to the store and say, hey, man, let me get a pound of what UPS does. Or let me go over here and get something that UPS manufactures. They don't. Everything depends on the workers, just like the union. The Teamsters union, any union. The union is only as strong as its workers, as its members, right? And I think us as members need to realize our own power. And I think sometimes we give our power over to elected officials in the union, or we give our power over to the company, and we see what they have done with that. They don't care for us. And I think it's up to us to care for us, and this election will go a long way to show the company, not the opposition slate, and I want to make this clear, because a lot of members, because everybody knows, man, that the politics of this job really, it drives me crazy. All the mudslinging and stuff, man, that's not my game plan, because the company watches that kind of stuff, man, and they try to take advantage of that. And I always give people this example when we talk about what the company does, how they watch what unions do, how they operate, how they communicate, even in elections. So, and I'll never forget this date. It was January the 8th, 2020. Our first week in office, we had a meeting with the company, and there was some stuff going on social media with the internal politics back then, right? In 623. The company, the first thing that the labor manager says, he didn't say anything about the contract or how we plan on working together. He says, and I'm paraphrasing it, but this is what he says. He looked at one of the board members at the time and said, "Hey, we didn't know if you were still a BA or what was going on, what's happening," because they watch everything that the members say and what the union does and how they respond. That's why when my members were kind of, "Oh man, Hooker man, you got to respond, you got to do this." No, I'm not going to, because how I respond to all the mudslinging and all this stuff goes a long way with the company. They watch that stuff. Oh, we can get them this way, we can get them that way. Because their job is to try to infiltrate what we're doing and break it up. That's their job. They're not going to tell you that, but just watch how the company does stuff. Just watch what they do. Watch how they talk to our members to try to get inside what we do to break the power of the union up, which is our people. So that's why I don't go back and forth with people in politics, because that's not my game plan. And to me, with some of the candidates that we have running, I think it would be disrespectful to the candidates themselves and also the membership. For an example, and this is no disrespect to anybody running. I think everybody has a right. Democracy is all we have, and I encourage that. Thank God for that, because we don't need dictatorships or monarchies, especially in the union. But the other candidate for Secretary Treasurer has never filed a grievance, never been to the union meeting. When we were out there fighting for the contract with our rallies and stuff, wasn't there. And our members pay attention to that. So what does it look like for me to go back and forth with a person who has never done anything? And again, this is no disrespect. This is just the truth. What does it look like for me as the head man, so to speak? The members entrusted me to fight the company, not other members, especially members who haven't done anything. To me, that's disrespectful for the people who voted for us and for the people who didn't. I'm focused on Cara Tomei and all her nonsense that she's been doing. So, you know, you have to keep that focus. So when all this stuff is going on with the nonsense about the other campaign, I know it's frustrating. People wanted me to say this and they wanted me to say that. I'm just not going to do it, because at this last meeting, the September 25th meeting, that's where we put all the stuff out at. Everything that was going on in all their flyers, we debunked everything because it was not true. And you don't have to go back and forth with lies when you got the truth. The truth will always win. It has never lost, and it will always win. So that's why, to all the people that are frustrated with how I approach things politically, listen, this is just me, man. I don't go back and forth with anybody, because the Teamsters are not my enemy. It's the employers. And I know this, it's been a long-standing practice, right? A long-standing practice in Teamsters politics that I got to tear you down in order to build myself up. That's not what we do here. We can talk about our work. I don't have to talk about you, especially if you haven't done anything. That's not it. Let's talk about how we make things better. For an example, I'm not satisfied with the work that we've done. I know we grew the front. I know we created spaces. I know we've done all these great things, but it's still more work to be done. There's still more progress to be made. I would like our members to know that we are here to do more than just negotiate a contract, to do more than just make sure that their pensions and health care is right. What about gun violence in our city? Man, it's out of control. The majority of our members live in the city. They live in these areas. I want them to know that the leadership cares about where they live at. So we have to work with other city leaders and faith leaders to address this issue of gun violence here. That to me is important, just as important as your paycheck, because you can't go to work if you shot dead in the street. You can't enjoy your pension if you are dead, or you can't. So, and voter suppression. Listen, man, we got to do something about that. There's a lot of things that we got to do, and I think that the labor department, not the labor department, but labor in general, we have an obligation to do more than just contracts and pension funds and health care. It's something that the sister said from, and I don't know her name, the CTU president, Chicago Teachers Union. She said something, and forgive me, I don't know her name. She said that a union is 24/7, not 9 to 5, and I believe that. Man, I believe that. It's a lot more than just, okay, I clock in at 9, I'm out at 5, because the employers, they don't stop. Why should we stop? They are always trying to manipulate to get over on our members, right? What are we going to do to stop that? And I think this election is very, very important to that. We have to make sure that we fight for our men. Listen, we're not perfect. We're not perfect. We're going to make some mistakes. We're going to, listen, we're human. But I think the one thing our members know, and I don't even think, I know our members know here, that we're going to show up and we're going to fight every single day. If you ask, members in 623, some things they don't like, and I get it. We're not going to make everybody happy. But the one thing that we'll constantly say, them guys always fighting, or they're always here, So that's good. And I'm glad that our members feel that way. But we need to make sure that it translates to the ballot count. So, hey, what's up? Look, man, hey, the ballots are counted on November 9th. Listen, we're going to win. That's not even a question at this point. The one thing that I'm just concerned about, I want to send a message to the company. I want them to know that when we sit down in front of them for negotiations, that our members stand firmly behind our leadership. That's really all I'm focused on, man. And again, no disrespect to the opposition slate. This is not an attack on them in any way, shape, or form. It's just that, our work has spoken, and it speaks for itself. I can keep going on and on about the things that we've done and not have a campaign based on hamburgers and renovations. I think, to me, that was one of the most disrespectful things that I've ever heard in any type of campaign. I mean, and our members felt the same way. It's just heartbreaking, because if you're going to run, and something that Dr. Cooper said, shout out to Dr. Cooper, president, local 502 here in the city, something that she said when we were at our TNBC meeting, and it stuck to me. She said, there's nothing wrong with running for office, but what have you done? What did you do? How have you engaged in the union activity? What did you bring to the union in order for you to make a decision about running for office in the union? Like, you just can't wake up one morning and say, hey, I'm going to run for union office. You can do that, but there is no substance, man. And people want to see what you're bringing. If you're not bringing anything and haven't done anything, then you're going to push a lot of people away, man. And that's why I think when you look at the mudslinging in elections, man, it turns people away, because they don't want to hear how bad the next guy is or the next woman is. What are you going to do better? How are you going to put more money in my pocket? How's my health care, my pension? How that's going to be protected? How are we going to fight the company? If you're saying this guy's so bad, then tell me, why are you so good? And that's why, if you guys notice, and I know a lot of our 63 members, man, they wanted me to go in on certain individuals running on the opposition slate, but I refuse to do it, because even though we're running against each other, they are not my enemy. There's a lady down in Atlanta. Her name is Carol Tomei. And there's a whole lot of other employers, man, who are our enemy. I'm not going to fight, especially when you haven't done anything or shown anything and you're running off of hamburgers and stuff. That's not something that we should be concerned about. We should be concerned about how we plan on stopping subcontracting in the union, how we are going to get rid of the 224s and make them regular package car drivers. You know, those are things. How are we going to get rid of the cameras in the truck? How are we going to make sure we bring up the wages for our part-timers and even the people who's been here a long time that are part-time? How are we going to give them catch-up raises? How are we going to make sure that they're safe when they're at work? You know, that's what we need to be talking about, focused on. And to me, honestly, even if I wasn't running, I want to know those things. Hamburgers and hall renovations that were meant to benefit the members and benefited the members. You made yourself look like fools, but how are we going to get rid of the 224s and make them RPCDs? How are we going to clean up and get rid of, if we have to, Article 40? You know, how are we going to do that? And right, Nick. I mean, we debunked that too. Car insurance and vehicles. So much money has been saved over the last 3 years, but not leasing and all this stuff. You know, and that's why when that stuff was asked, man, I'm not going to go back and forth because it just makes no sense. Because, again, from 2020 up until now, we have grown our total asset by over $1.2, $1.3 million. By the end of the year, you're talking about maybe 1.5. And that'll be over double of what the previous guys did in 5 years. We're going to do double what they did in less than 3. That's the stuff that we do here, right? But I get it. It's politics. They have to create doubt, right, in order to get people to go on their side. But we just talk about our work. We campaign off our work and campaign off what we plan on doing in the future. For an example, Hooker, what are you going to do moving forward next year? Are there going to be any more committees? What's the plan for the 224s? How are we planning on getting rid of them cameras? I'm glad you guys asked that question. So we created this committee, and it was supposed to have been out. It's called the Unite Committee. They were supposed to have been out in October, right? But with this election stuff, I didn't want them to be caught up. I didn't want them to be caught up in this whole election process. So November the 10th, once the election is over, the ballots are counted, you're going to start seeing our Unite Committee talking about the proposals that we've come up with. And I want to thank everybody who came out to our proposal meetings that we had throughout the month of October. We're going to continue to do them. We got some really good stuff. For an example, I want to give you guys just a couple of things that we've been working on. One of the things that we were talking about were personal and sick time. Right now we have 7 personal days and 3 sick days, right? What we talked about doing is taking that description off. You know, taking that name personal out, taking that name sick out, and just have 14 discretionary days where our members can use them. They want to use them personally, they want to use them sick, but they have the opportunity to use them how they want at their own discretion. Discretionary days. That's one of the things that we talked about, right? Then, of course, the grievance procedure. You know, right now, man, you know, we file a grievance, we sit down on it, man, it takes so much time. And there is really no penalty attached to what happens if it goes a long time. We need to add penalties to this. There has to be a monetary penalty for the length of time that it takes to sometimes sit on these grievances and hear these grievances. You know, we had a couple of members who filed some supervisors' work grievances way back in the summertime, right? They're hearing them now. Now, they got paid for them, but that's not the point. The point is we need to speed the process up because everybody knows, man, the longer it takes, people forget this happens, that happens. Oh, dibba. We need to make sure that it's within a certain amount of time, and if they can't agree to it, it automatically goes to the grievant, right? That's another thing. Also, we want to have sleeper language, not sleeper language, feeder language, stronger language about subcontracting. Of course, 224s, they have to become O300 drivers. They have to get the non-fire protections. They have to get the pay. Take the cameras out of the cars. If you can afford cameras, you can afford AC. You can afford these things, right? So all these things that we have to fight, but we have to engage our membership on it. That's why the Unite Committee is so important for us to be out there, because for the next 3 months, I'm telling you guys, you're going to see him at the gates constantly, talking to the part-timers, talking to the feeder guys, talking to the 223s and 222s, talking to the package car drivers, talking to everybody about this is why we're fighting. This is what you can do to help us. And we're going to have another big contract meeting. We're going to put everything out there. Hey, this is what we're doing. This is how we plan on fighting it. Does anybody have any questions? Do you want to tweak it? Do you want to add something? You want to take it out? It's not going to be like it was before, where we just, the previous guys will come and say, hey, boom, here's a contract. What you want, write it down. They go away, they come back. If you don't vote the first time, you got to take it. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. But we don't have to go back that way. All right? I was told a couple years ago that the fact that I give my members so much of a voice, it would lead to our demise. That's what was told to me by other people, on the outside looking in. Hooker, you can't give your members a voice. Too much of a voice. That's not good. Why isn't it? I want my members to have a voice. I want them to talk so I know what's going on, so we can work together to fix it. But again, that's that old mentality, man, that the Teamsters have been known for, man, and it's kind of bad. But we don't have to go back that way. We shouldn't go back that way, and we won't go back that way. I'm thinking next week this time, I think it's going to be a clear-cut message being sent to the company. I think our members have really, I could just feel it. It's going to be a lot different than it was in 2019 when we ran for office, right? So it's a different feeling. I knew we were going to win back then too because of the work and things that we were doing. But this time, I think it's going to be an even bigger victory because of the people that didn't vote for us last time. They're voting for us this time. And the people that voted for us last time are going to continue to vote for us. So I'm looking for a bigger turnout and a bigger, a landslide victory. Not to send the opposition slate. I don't want people to think, no. We are focused on Greyhound, UPS, Amazon, and anybody else that we can get into our company. And I know sometimes that frustrates our members. Hooker, man, you're too nice. I've been told that too. Hooker, you're too nice to these people, man. You gotta show people how to treat you. And I agree. And I will say that. I will be transparent. Moving forward, I will. I didn't do a good job of that. I did not do a good job of showing people and telling people and showing people how to treat me, man. Because I was kind of like, I was kind of scared a little bit, you know what I mean? Because being a black principal officer, you're kind of under the microscope. You can't. It's a lot of things, man, that you can't do, but other people can do, and you can't. You almost have to be perfect, and I'm not perfect, and It's rough. It's rough, and it's a lonely position. I'm gonna tell y'all something. This position is very, very lonely. I'm not talking about, we do got our board members in the membership, but the position itself, the position itself is a lonely position. Lonely, right? But that's why I do a lot of praying. You guys know my background, man. We don't have to go there, but I do a lot of praying, a lot of scripture reading, just to keep my mind, keep my mind focused and not think that I'm doing it by myself, because my team is great. from Romeo to Kamak, to Tiny, Norm, Brother Hughes, and to my right hand man Bagby, who we've been through so many wars together, man, and to be able to do this, it's been a blessing, man, and I thank the members every day for giving us this opportunity, because they didn't have to vote for us. And I know that it was, I know a lot of our members are going back and forth, but they took a chance, and I think, not even I think, and I know that by them doing that, we've been doing a good job. Not perfect, some things that we need to do better, and we will. For an example, I want to do more building raids next time. We did some this time, but I want to do more, especially with this contract coming up. Because what I found out is when we did the building raids, a lot of our members were very excited to see all of us together. And I want that same mindset next year going to negotiations. So I think we're going to do more building raids next year. We have to, especially with the contract coming up, to get more people engaged in their union. And, we got to do that. And we will. It's a lot more things that I want to do as far as more engagement with our members, man, because this contract, boy, I'm telling you, this keeps me up at night, That's all I think about, And I want to give a shout out again to all of our shop stewards. For really, I'm about to throw this number out to you guys, right? So, since 2020, we've been tracking our grievance payouts, right? And I'm not even going to add the MRA when we just got. I'm not even going to add that. So, from 2020 up until now, we got close to $400,000 in grievance payouts to our members. That's money going back into the pockets of our members and their families. I want you to think about how big that is. You're talking about almost close to $500,000 going back into the membership's pocket. Man, that never happened before. Never happened. But that's what happens when you have an active, steady, progressive, proactive, visionary leadership. You can do those types of things, right? And we can afford to go backwards. Almost $500,000 in grievance payouts. If you add the MRA money, you already know. And shout out to, the part-timers who got involved in that. They helped us out with that. The grievance procedure didn't work because of what happened in negotiations in 2018 for the MRA. But again, I think it's up to the union leadership to explore all possibilities to win for their members. Again, that's what we do. We think outside the box. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and think you're going to get victory. So when this whole MRA thing came, and the company, man, they were real slick about it. Because if you look at how we presented our case, we had it. But something that happened back in 2018 that, we had nothing to do with. So we did some research and found out, hey, man, we live in Pennsylvania. You just can't take folks' money without telling them. You can't drop their wages. Boom, we hit them that way. So now they got to pay. And that's what, again, progressive, proactive, visionary, positive leadership looks like, right? Not perfect leadership, but all those things that I just described, and I'm looking forward to, another 3 years and beyond. I'm looking forward to getting this contract together, not just for UPS members, but also for our Greyhound members, because they're great. Their contract ends in September. And, I'm just ready to fight. I'm looking to fight. This job, I'm going to tell y'all something. Man. This job, man, it really took me out of my comfort zone. I'm not an administrator. I'm not a the guy that sits behind the desk, man. I like to get down in the mud and roll around and fight and scratch and punch and claw. But this job has made me more of an administrator than anything else, and I don't like that feeling, man. It makes me uncomfortable at times, man. You know, I like to get down into it, man. So, you know, that's why when I go to some of the hearings with my BAs, man, I feel alive again. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, woo, let's get it on, you know. But, you know, legal service fund this, and watching the money this, and Morgan Stanley that, and writing this check to this, that, and typing this up and sending that letter and all this stuff, man, that is not me. So I had to learn. This has been a uncomfortable learning experience. Y'all pray for me, please. Man, this is not me. That part of the job is definitely not me. I hate it. I mean, I hate it with a passion, man. Just show me where the fight is at. Tell me what time the fight is starting, and we can make it happen. You know, I don't like that whole administration part, but it's part of the job. I'm learning. Y'all pray for me still, cause I don't like it. I'm being open and honest, man. I'm gonna be I hope when y'all when it's my time to go, and y'all come to my this is gonna sound crazy, but it's appointed unto man wants to die. So when I go that's time for me to go. I hope they put on my tombstone. He fought the company, and he didn't like he didn't like administrative work, whatever the case may be. So yeah, sis, you're right. You're right, because we have to make sure that the veteran part-timers get something in this next contract, you know, like a bump up, because again, and I think that's why the company does that, man. They do these MRAs because they know they're going to be putting each other against each other. Again, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm telling you, I don't care what nobody says. Their job, outside of making profits off of us, is to get us to fight each other. I'm telling you, they do it better than anybody. And then we turn around and help them out by fighting each other. I'm telling you right now, if we helped each other more, fought each other less, and fought them more, a lot of our problems would go away. They really would. They would. I'm telling you guys, it's nothing like everybody working together. And I've seen it a few times, even in our own group. For an example, when we did this petition for the MRA, right, we got over 50% participation from our members. We got it. Feeder guys signed it. Part-timers signed it. Everybody, every classification signed it, right? And we sent a strong message to the company that day. But when it comes to elections and stuff, man, we turn on each other like, whew, nobody's. And I get it. But there has to be a better way to do politics within the Teamsters. I mean, I know there is, but a lot of people don't want to do it. They like that whole rah in your face, talk about you, and all this stuff. But that's just, to me, it turns people away from the whole process. Because if you want me to vote for what I see, and all I see is you bashing each other, then I'm not going to participate. And that's what happened. So, in a few minutes, man, we're going to have the drawing for our 55-inch 4K UHD TV. Thanks, everybody, for participating. We appreciate it. I can't do it on the air, so when we go to commercial break, I'm gonna pick my hand in there, draw the ticket, drop the TV off to you. I'm gonna call you and say, hey, you know, we got the TV for you. Let me know where you're at. I'll drop it off to you. Because again, man, you know, we want to make sure that we get this TV out to you. And thank everybody again for participating in this. Thank again everybody for the text messages and the phone calls and the messages, the Facebook stuff, showing everybody that who they voted for. I'm looking for a big victory, not for the Richard Hooker 623 Lives Matter slate. I'm looking for a big victory for our members. That's what I'm looking for. This message will be sent to the company, because I'll let you know a little secret. The company don't want us to win. They don't, because they tired of fighting, man. They tired of us going back and forth. Y'all remember that letter that I got from them guys not long ago, saying that I was a bully and all this other kind of stuff? They mad that we took them on TV and bashed them all up. They don't like that kind of stuff. They want people to hold their head down. Yes, sir, boss. Whatever you tell me to do, boss. No. I'm not that type of person, man. I don't feel as though, and this is just me, and I just don't feel as though that if you are dependent on what I provide as far as work, if you are dependent on my labor, if you're dependent on what I bring to your warehouse, what I bring to your package car, what I bring to your e-rig pit, what I bring to your sort out, what I bring to your terminal, I shouldn't have to bow, because you don't make those billions without me. You don't do none of that stuff without me. And that's the kind of attitude I think every worker, especially in this pandemic era. I'm telling y'all something. I really wish the workers really understood who they were as workers, as members of the labor community. I really wish that I could look every worker and tell them, you don't have to take it. You don't have to put up with what you're putting up with. You don't have to. If you put your hand in your pocket, if every worker put their hand in their pocket, nothing moves. Nothing happens. America shuts down. The system shuts down. Right? And I think every opportunity that when it comes time to stand up to the company, we should do so. I mean, we can continue to be exploited, manipulated, or we can fight back. Choice is up to us. But I refuse to go along with the get along. And I think one of the things that I've seen, especially in Philadelphia, even though I'm not a Philadelphia sports fan, the one thing that I do admire about Philadelphia and their teams, man, they are passionate. They come in together, man, and if we could just translate that into the working class, man, we'd be unstoppable, man, unstoppable. So, again, 1 week from today, the ballots will be counted. We're looking for a big landslide victory. Listen, there's no doubt in our mind that we're going to win. You can't beat the work. You can't beat the work. The work will speak for itself, and it has spoken for itself. But I really want to send a message to the company, man. I really do. That's really all I think about, man, is this trash company, man. All the stuff they've been doing, the 4-6 punches, the 2-2-4s, the harassment, the intimidation, the retaliation, just holding up grievance procedures, and it's just mind-boggling, man. But we can fight them. We've been winning, but we got to keep it up. We got to keep fighting. We got to keep pushing. We got to keep moving. Right? What's up, Kissy? Rick, what's going on? Karen, what's happening? Now, a few people on here today. Hope everybody's doing good, man. Listen, make sure, with Christmas coming up, make sure you keep an accurate record of your time, please. These guys have had so many issues with their payroll system. Keep an accurate record. Also, please do me a favor. I'm asking you guys. There's going to be a lot of extra money made during Christmas. And I know we want to get gifts and stuff, and I understand that, right? Put some money aside to prepare for a potential possible strike next year. All right, put some of that money aside. Listen, we may not have to go, and that's good. There may be an agreement. Boom, we get what we need, get what we want. Strike averted. But there's also a possibility that we may not. And we need to make sure that we're ready to fight. Right? Don't put yourself in a situation where You have to make a choice: picket line, strike. Picket line, or crossing the picket line, excuse me, or stand out on strike. Start preparing for that now, man. We've been talking about this for the last probably 3 years. I think in February or March of 2020, we came out with that flyer about what to save each week in order to have some money aside for a potential strike. I think it was like 25, it was like 20, 25, $50. No, it was 20, 25, and $35, I believe it was. If I'm not mistaken, I have to go back and look. But we're serious, man. We are serious. Cindy, what's happening? What's going on? Make sure you tell everybody, send those ballots in, please. I know some people just got their ballot yesterday. Listen, when you get it, right-hand side of the ballot, put an X, check. Richard Hooker Jr., 623 lives matter. Put it back in the envelope, in a secret ballot envelope. Boom, ready to rock and roll. For all those who have done that, thank you so very much. All those who have it on your nightstand, top of your TV, top of the entertainment system, wherever it's at, please get it and mail it in. But I also want to give a special shout out to some of our rank and file members who have been campaigning with us, without us, and for us, standing at the gates, passing out our information, putting our information out in the buildings, because, you know, we've been so focused on this contract, we really didn't do a lot of campaigning. We did some, but not a lot. Because again, our focus is straight up on this contract. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. It was very devastating to be in an audience last contract and have your leader look out into the audience and tell you that if you don't vote yes the first time, you're gonna lose your raises and the company gonna do this and that. And there was no plan. There was no vision or nothing to explain to us why is this so. There was no meeting. There was no contract meeting. There was no rank and file committee. There was none of that stuff. It was bad, man. And we made a vow that we can't do that. That's why we started so early with this contract stuff, contract meeting, contract proposal meetings, rank and file committee meetings. Matter of fact, our rank and file contract committee meeting is going to be, the next one is going to be November the 15th. Listen, we're not playing around, man. Not only that, the Unite Committee is going to be at the gates. Hey, these are our proposals. This is what we plan on fighting. This is when the contract negotiations are going to start. Right? Everybody need to know everything that's going on, because this is how we take care of our families, man. This is how we live. This is how we eat. This is what we do. Again, make sure your senior ballots back in. Don't wait. I would say if you don't send it in by today, it may not get there in time. So if you got it, mail it in today. If you have a car, I don't have the address to the post office on Orthodox Street, right around the corner from the Union Hall. Shoot. I'll put it up there on later on today. Because it's going to be tight, man. It's going to be tight with this voting window. I mean, it's closing up. You know what I mean? It's closing up quick. Closing up quick because, if y'all remember, 3 years ago, I think the ballot count was the 4th or the 5th. So you're talking about, what's today? Today's the 3rd? Or the 2nd. So tomorrow's the 3rd. I think it was on the 4th. I think it was on the 3rd. 3rd or 4th. So we got an extra 5 days to get it in. Make sure you get it in. Make sure you vote. Please. Don't say, hey, I didn't know we were voting. I didn't know what was happening. Listen. You got to vote. And to everybody that's across the country that's running for office, good luck to you. Everybody that's won their elections already, congratulations. I think Chris Silvera called me last night. He got a white ballot, so he's automatically read up. So congratulations to him. We got a few people that we know personally that are running. Good luck to you, man. All right, so I'm about to go on break. We're gonna do this commercial break. I'm about to do the ticket drawing for the 55-inch TV. All right, what's up? What's up, Steve? All right, let me go on a commercial break, and we're gonna hit this. Thing here. What's this here? Let me see. Yeah, as soon as this thing go on break, guys, we wanna come on, Bobby. Oh my goodness. All right, well, while it's doing that, there we go. So that's what's up, Hughes. So listen, if you guys, right, if you get it late, like if you get it tomorrow, or if you get it the weekend, this is what I need you guys to do. I need you to take it to 2734 Orthodox Street, Philadelphia, PA, 19137. That is where the ballots are at, right? Don't drop them off to the Union Hall. Don't bring them to us. Don't take them to us. Oh, hey, they go to Union Hall. Let's take the ballot in. No. Take them to 2734 Orthodox Street, Philadelphia, PA, 19137. They have to be there by 9 a.m. next Wednesday, November the 9th. Please. Because I just talked to a couple people who just got them last night. And we mailed them things out October the 2nd, I believe. One of them. So people are just now getting them. Please tell your coworkers. Richard Hooker Jr., 623 Lives Matter. All right, please. All right, we're going to get ready to go in here. Man, the commercial still ain't come up yet, y'all. I guess everything's slow today. But I'm going to go ahead and do this because the mic is muted, so I'm not online, so I'm not on air. All right, so here we go. This is for the 55-inch 4K UHD smart TV. Ooh. All right, I'm not going to look. Let's see. I'm not looking. All right, let's see what we got. Anthony Capel, CAPELL. I got your phone number on here. I'll be calling you after the show. You just won. I don't know if y'all guys can see that, but this is the number I picked out. It could be a D too. I don't know. But we're going to call Brother Capel. Let him know that he has won a 55-inch. He work in Carthage? All right, cool. Dayside Carthage? All right, that's what's up. If you got his number, because it look like he's missing a number on here. I don't know if that's a 2 or a 7. So, hey, Kissy, if you know him, give him my number and tell him that he won the 55-inch TV, and I can load it up and drop it off to him, Kissy. Thank you. This number on here, man, is, I don't know. All right. So, let me get back online here. All right. Man, this is crazy. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. You're listening to WOOM 92.9 FM, giving you another edition of the 623 Lives Matter show on South Philadelphia Community Radio. Thank everybody for listening. I'm probably going to be here for maybe another 20 minutes. I just really want to talk to you guys about the importance of voting in this election. Again, this is not about the opposition slate. It's not. This is about making sure we get rid of the 224s and making them 0300s, where they can have 9-5 protections and all the protections. And not only that, get the proper rate. This is about stopping subcontracting. This is also about creating more full-time jobs. This is about the harassment and all this other kind of stuff that UPS always tries to do. This is about family. This is about voter suppression. This is about all these things that a union should be doing. All right, not just about contract, pension fund, this, that, and the other. It's about more than that. It's about community. It's about family. That's what's on the ballot. It's not burgers or renovations. It's about family, community, good contract, stopping Carroll May, organizing Amazon. That's what it's about. And you guys have to make that decision. I know we have done the job. A lot of the issues and concerns were that Richard Hooker was going to blow through the money. He doesn't have the experience to handle that kind of responsibility when it comes to the union affairs and the union finances. Well, we blew that out the water. $1.2 million in growth since we took office. All right. Well, Hooker, the company's going to do this, that, and the other. Well, I get letters from the company telling me that I shouldn't be a bully and all these other kind of stuff. I got to tell y'all this one time, too. The company, I don't think I ever told nobody. See, my guys know this. The company had called me one time and said, we're going to file a ULP against you guys. You know what I told them? Go ahead. Go ahead. Guess what? They didn't file it. Guys, listen, man. We fight. Not perfect, but we fight. And I'll be honest, I do have to do some more maturing in this job. I'm not immature. I just need to mature more in this job. And I can be a man to say that. There's a lot of stuff I gotta learn. Some stuff I'm uncomfortable with. I'm not an administrator. I'm a fighter. But it comes with the territory, and I'm gonna learn it, right? Because I can see this job. This job is doing is putting me in position to do other stuff as far as progressing the local. And I can't be afraid. I can't be afraid because of my fear of not being ready or fear of making a mistake. I have to really embrace it. And that's a hard thing for me to do because I don't like politics of the job. I'm just being open and honest with you guys, man. I'm just being straight up, man. There's some things I do need to grow on and grow in when it comes to this, the politics and the job function. And when it comes to politics and certain things, man, I just gotta get better at that, man. Cause I just want to fight everybody, man. I just want to fight everybody. I do, and you can't. There's a way. What did Keith Sweat had a song? There's a right and a wrong way to love, right? But there's a right and a wrong way to be political in this position. So I'm learning that. But the one thing that would never change is the fight for our members, man. There's a lot of fights getting ready to happen. I think next year, it's not just about the contract. We got 2 contracts next year. It's some other stuff that we got to fight too. And we're going to need our members to get ready. We're going to need them to get ready, man. Because it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. And listen, we're not going to stop either. We're not going to stop either, man, because it's the job. So I need everybody that's watching, everybody that's going to watch later, everybody that's listening to on the radio at 92.9. If you are a 623 member, please get your ballot in the mail. Get your ballot in the mail, send it away, and if you don't have it, call right now, get it, and then take it directly to 2734 Orthodox Street, Philadelphia, PA 19137. Please, again, we need to send a message, not to the opposition slate. This is not about them. This is not about them. This is about fighting the employers. As you guys seen our campaign, all we've actually talked about was fighting the employers. Not about cheeseburgers and renovations and all this other stuff that they keep trying to put out. Car leases and salaries, and I've never seen anything. But I get it. I get it. Their job is to distract you because, you know, and I'll be honest, there was a stereotype when we first got elected, and let's be open and honest, right? This is what this is about, that all Hooker cared about, because he was black, that he wanted the job because of money, and he was going to spend all the money. So if you notice, everything about their campaign has been about spending money and money, because it fits the stereotype. You got to watch. You got to watch what people say and they do, because it fits that stereotype. If I can get you to focus on the stereotype, I can get you to start focusing on the fact that the money has grown. I can get you to start focusing on the fact that they're there every day. I can get you to start focusing on that they put out good information about fighting the contract. If I get you to focus on the stereotype, I can get you to focus on the stereotype, then you won't focus on all the money that's growing and all this other stuff, the grievance payouts. If I can get you to focus on the stereotype. And that's what this has always been about. Focus on the stereotype and not the fact that the job is getting done. That's what I got to get you guys to focus on. Because again, you guys heard me say this before. Distracted people do what do? They distract people. If I'm distracted, I'm going to try to distract you from the job that's being done. That's what this is about. Because when have you ever heard them say anything about how they plan on doing the job better or what they're going to do in the contract? They can't. We have to get you guys to focus on the stereotype that was the number one concern of 2019. Let's be open and honest, man. And I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, Cutlass. And that's what this thing is about. And it's smart. And again, I got to get you to focus on the number one issue that everybody had when we first got elected. Smart. It's political. But what happens when that blows up in your face? You got to come up with something else, but they can't, because there is no vision there. What you guys heard me say this before, and I don't want to get all biblical, even though this is in the church. Where there is no vision, the people perish, right? And that's what they're trying to do. Trying to get you guys to focus off of the fact that the job is being done, the money is growing, saving money there every day. Women's Caucus, United Caucus, Generation 623, the grievance payouts, the renovations of the hall, you know, all that stuff. They try to get you to be blinded by the fact that Hooker spent money on a picnic. Hooker spent money on the renovations. But what the underlying message is there is Hooker spent the money on the members. Hooker reinvested the money in the members. Let me throw this number out to you guys for people who may not know or may not come to that meeting when I put all this out there. So before we got elected, that hall, the hall itself, was worth about $47,000. It was in a bad condition. So we reinvested some money, got it built up, looking nice and pretty. People rented, you know, they rented out. Now that hall, in about a year's time, we have quadrupled the value of that hall. In a year. Just by reinvesting the money. But they're not going to tell you that, because the stereotype, I'm telling you guys, man, you got to pay attention. And I love them. I do. I love those that slate. I do, man. Because my fight is not against them. It's against the company. But the stuff that they put out actually helped us out when you look at the whole body of work. I mean, it's mind blowing. And I appreciate what they did because it actually gave us an opportunity to put that stuff out there, because I don't know if we put it out there, if they don't say anything. I don't know if I'll tell you that we got the haul, it quadrupled in value if they don't do that. So you see what I'm saying? I don't know if we tell you how much the money is growing if they don't constantly tell you that we're supposed to be mismanaging the money. So, one of the things I always try to do is whatever people say negatively, or they try to, not even negatively, even constructive criticism is good, because every time somebody says something isn't bad, isn't wrong, isn't negative, you take it and you grow from it. You're right. Everything grows from the dirt. So when people start throwing stuff on you, I take it as a chance to grow, and because I'm uncomfortable, and Bagley would tell you better than anybody. We talk about this, and he tells me all the time, Hooker. He said, Rich, Hook, dude, I know these are this the members, man, but you gotta boom, 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 gotta stop being so nice. And I see that over the last about 4 or 5 months, I see that now more than ever. So moving forward, I am going to have to show people how to treat me, because I can't continue to let a lot of folk walk over me just because there's 623 members. I can't start, I gotta, I've had enough. This is how we're going to do things moving forward, right? So I have to do that, because if not, then I'm not doing the job I'm supposed to do. Because no member wants a leader who can be walked over, right? I don't let the company do it, so why am I let anybody else do it? And that's that maturation process that I'm talking about. I gotta go through. I gotta get that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, Ant? I see you coming on, dude. Hey, man. Hey, I got your TV. You want a TV? Shoot me a text, because I don't know if your last four is 2598 or 7598. I don't know. I don't want to put your number out there so people, call you, but shoot me a text. I'll tell you my number. Everybody got it anyway. It's 267-235-1588. That's 267-235-1588. Shoot me your text. Shoot me your address, and I can bring the TV to you. Maybe we can meet up this weekend. All right. Let me know when you're free, and we'll drop it off to you, man. And thank you again, brother, for participating, donating. Thank you for your support, man. Thank you for that, bro. Yeah, man. So we just need everybody that hasn't voted, please vote. Right-hand side of the ballot. Richard Hooker, 623 Lives Matter. If you have voted, talk to about 10 people in your area to make sure they voted. Tell them to vote 623 Lives Matter. Richard Hooker Jr. slate, for the contract. Getting rid of those trash to 224 classification. Talked to a member about that yesterday, man. It's bad, dude. Yeah, I know, Cuddy. But it's politics, man. Politics. I know I said about 20 minutes, but I think I'm gonna do about 20 minutes more. If that's all right with you guys. I got some time today. I took some time just to try to get people to understand what we're going to be doing moving forward in our next term. Our goals next term. Our goals, next term is to be more, even more aggressive. Making sure that we get rid of those 224s. Making sure that we get the contract that our members are looking for. Some language that we talked about throughout the whole month of October during our contract proposal meetings. Also talking to the members inside the buildings about our contract proposal meetings and what we plan on doing. A lot of positive feedback. The biggest thing that I found out, people are just happy that they know. Members are happy that they know what's going on in their union. This has never happened before. You had a hope and hope to find out something. You can go to our website, the Teamster website, the official local Teamster website, and you will find out everything that's going on. We're in the buildings every single day, you know. And again, I'm not satisfied. If you talk to my board members, they're not satisfied. You talk to the BAs, they're not satisfied. There's a lot more work to be done, and we're looking forward to doing it. We're not perfect, and I'm glad we're not perfect. I'm glad that, you know, we do make mistakes so we can grow for them, man, because I constantly want to grow. I want this local to grow. I want us to grow together, move together, fight together, work together, stand together, you know. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do, because UPS, man, they are going to attack weakness, and they're going to try to capitalize, right? And we can't be weak. We got to be strong. You can't have a burger campaign fighting against a $1 billion company. You know, you can't have a burger campaign and you talking about trying to get rid of 224s. And that's the difference. That is the difference between the two. You know, we're trying to get rid of something that's been detrimental to our members, and they're talking about a picnic that was there to benefit and encourage our members, and engage our members, you know. But that's the difference. That is the difference. And our members are not stupid. We've heard that. We've heard that throughout the whole campaign. You know, even if members don't agree with us all the time, which they don't, there's no way they're not willing to put their life, their family's life, their community in the hands of people who only talk about hamburgers. They're not. They're not. This is not going to do it. So, you know. So, I see we got some people. Anybody got any questions on here, man? Any concerns before I get out of here? It's good. It's good to see everybody watching, man. I see these Phillies, man. These Phillies on the road, man. Woo. Man, if they win this World Series, boy. Woo, man. Shout out. You know what? I got to give a big shout out to Tommy Schweizer. Listen, that brother, he really looked out for us, man. Got us some shirts. Man, he's been handing them out, putting them on cars. And just shout out to all the rank and file members who stood at the gates, man, and just hand out literature, buildings, putting them in the bathrooms, putting them in the tables. Because, you know, even though I know it's important to campaign, I really wanted to focus on this contract, man, and because that's really all I think about. I'm serious. I'm up at night thinking about ways to do it, trying to get people engaged. I'm in the buildings talking to people about this contract. I just really. All right, I got your number, brother. You just called me. I just saw it. I'm on the air right now. As soon as I get off, I'll call you back and we'll set something up. Yeah, man. I just want to make sure we get a good contract, man. You know, I'm just myopic in my thinking right now with that thing, man. Dude, we can't going down the same road without knowing and forcing contracts on people, and the members not knowing what the leaders and the leaders not knowing what the members, man. It just doesn't work that way. It can't work. It hasn't worked. And we got to change. And we have a responsibility as leaders to make sure that we give you guys the opportunity to voice your opinions. We're not going to agree on everything, but you gotta get it off your chest, man. We at our last meeting, man, we had a group of workers come up, man, to present their case, had some good conversation, went back and forth, but that's what it's about. That's what it's about, man. It's about us coming together, having these discussions, you know? I loved it, man. I do. Because that's where you grow at. Everything is not going to be, you know, peaches and cream. You know, I would rather know what I'm doing wrong than what's been, you know, doing right. Because I want to grow. We need to grow. You grow through struggle. You grow through strain. Not when everything is perfect. You know what I mean? You know, that's how you grow, man. And that's what we need to do. We need to grow as a union. Because I don't think that, and, you know, the way things are set up now. Somebody. Hold on one second, guys. What's going on here? Okay. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, but I got about 10 more minutes, so I just again, just want to talk to everybody. Please vote. Right hand side of your ballot. We got 1 week left. If you have your ballot, mail it in right away. I think that if you don't mail it by at least Thursday, it may not get there in time. So if you get it between now and Thursday, please put it in the mail so it can get there. If you get it after Thursday, please do me a favor. Go to 2734 Orthodox Street, Philadelphia, PA, 19137. Put it in there. Please, if you stop by the hall, don't drop your ballot off at the hall. Please don't do that. Don't do that. That's a no. Take it to the post office right there, around the corner from the reunion hall. Drop it in there so it can be counted. Ballots have to be there no later than 9 a.m. November the 9th. That's a week from today. So again, if you get your ballot after Thursday, please take it up to the post office, 2734 Orthodox Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19137. We want to send a message to the company. We want to make sure they know that our members stand firmly behind us in this negotiation process. Not even negotiation, just in general. They want us fighting for them, not only in contract, in their community, voter suppression, homelessness, hunger, all the stuff that we do, crime in the city. We do a lot of things here. People probably don't even know. But 623, we do a lot of work outside of just what you see with UPS and Greyhound. And that's why a lot of the things that we've been doing has been getting a lot of attention throughout the city. Because again, Philadelphia, even though it's a labor town, the Teamsters are not, you know, they're kind of like the bottom of the barrel when it comes to, like, I don't want to say bottom of the barrel, but we're not viewed like the building trades. Building trades in the city, labor, public sector unions, top. They run the show, right? Teams are kind of like down here somewhere. But 623, we bumping it up. We coming up, you know what I mean? And that's the hard work of our members, especially during the pandemic, from what we've been doing as far as putting the company on notice, working with the city to make sure that our members get the proper wages through this MRA wage theft situation. Our fights against Greyhound, our pickets, our information pickets. That's what we do, and we're going to continue to do that, man. We got to. Our members need to know that we're fighting. So Hooker, for all those who just came on, Hooker, what we going to do next year moving forward? What can we expect from your leadership? Are you guys going to do some of the same things, or are you going to do anything different? I'm glad you guys asked this question. I'm going to answer it again. So we're going to just continue to build on what we built our first 3 years. Right? We're going to do more of those things. We're going to have more engagement. We're going to try to get our Women's Caucus more involved in a lot of issues, like back to school stuff and breast cancer stuff. And we always do the whole Mother's Day thing, but there's a lot of things that's going on in the city. And I think our Women's Caucus can be a real big help. Not only that, our Generation 623 committee, they're getting ready to do some things to really get our young people involved, because that's where I think as a union we dropped the ball. Not and us included. I'm including 623 in that. I think we've dropped the ball, even though we're trying. I think in order for us to grow the way we need to grow, we got to get more of our younger members involved. We have to combine and intertwine all of these cultures together, because again, if you look at what UPS has done, they have done a better job at engaging and coming together than we have. If you look at the whole, and when I first started, man, the managers had to look a certain way. They couldn't have tattoos and hair, all that stuff. But now they had to change with the times. They had to change with the members, because they realized that they had to identify with the worker. For some odd reason, the Teamsters, we struggle with that. We have a hard time identifying with our members. And that's why the participation is so low. The engagement is so low, because they don't identify with us. And we don't identify with them, right? And so until that happens, there's still going to be a push and a pull in the way that we're trying to go. Listen, I'm looking forward to next year. Again, we're going to do more of the same, but we're going to build off of it. More building raids. We're going to continue to grow the money. This contract, we're going to do a lot of stuff around the contract. And don't forget, next Tuesday, I got to say this before I get off the air. Next Tuesday is voting time. We got a lot of statewide races. We got a lot of local races, national races. Pennsylvania governor is up. U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania is up. Listen, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm a worker. That's my political party, worker. I'll vote for the workers' needs. And I would encourage every worker to have that same mindset. I'm not blue. I'm not red. I'm just me. Vote for your family come Tuesday. Vote for reproductive rights on Tuesday. Vote for gun violence on Tuesday. Vote for health care on Tuesday. Vote for safety on Tuesday. Vote for yourself. Vote for your family on Tuesday. It's very important. Listen, we all know what's at stake here in Pennsylvania. We all know what's at stake. And I encourage everybody to please vote. Please, it's very important, man. All these ads I've seen, man. I've seen one ad, man, and this was down in Louisiana. My man said, if you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. Come on, man. That's why, man, politics are just horrible, man. What? But that's what turns people off, man. Like, call a crackhead. Come on, y'all. We could do better than that, But I guess that's what it sells, man. People like drama, man. People like that bullying nature. They like that. It sells tickets, man. But there's no substance there. There's no substance in him saying that. But I guess it gets people, it gets people together. I don't know, man. That's the one thing I hope I never fall prey to, man, is being so political that I forget who I am as a person and forget why I'm here doing the job, man. It's not about me. It's not about Hooker. It's not about, what I want. It's about what the members want. Man, and I'm gonna say this. If I ever go left, I need you guys to let me know. If you ever see me slipping, Hooker, man, you don't have that same passion. You don't have that same drive. I need y'all to, Hooker, man, what happened right here, man? You never would do. I need you guys to do that. I'm going to hold you accountable to hold me accountable. Is that fair? Can we do that? I need you guys, man, because I'm still learning. I'm still young. I'm still naive in a lot of things. I got to get better at some things, but I need y'all help. I need y'all help, man. I do. For my wife that's watching, I apologize for my family in general. I'm gonna do better next term, man. I didn't do a good job with that either, man. I didn't do a good job with family time, so I got to do a better job with that. I really am, man. Forgive me, please. I'm saying that publicly. Please forgive me. Because my number one job is my family, and I didn't do a good job with that. I didn't, a lot of things I missed because I wanted to not fall into that stereotype with this job. So yeah, we're gonna do a better job. We are. We're going to do a better job all the way around. So, God bless you guys. We love you. I'm going to get out of here. Again, make sure you vote 623 Lives Matter. Right-hand side of the ballot. Don't wait. Put it back in the box. If you don't have it, call the hall. Hopefully it gets there before next Wednesday. If it does, get it. Take it straight to 2734 Orthodox Street, Philadelphia, PA, 19137. Man, it is important. Please, if you want a chance to get rid of the 224s, if you want a chance to get higher wages, if you want a chance to stop all this harassment and 4-6 punches and all this dumb stuff, if you want a chance to fight the company, there's really only one choice. If you want cheeseburgers, go to McDonald's. We're not them. We're here fighting for people, their family, their community. Make sure you vote for us, all right? Also, this Sunday at 3 p.m., myself and one of the greatest minds in Teamster history, one of my mentors, Brother Chris Lavera, we're going to be doing a show on Sunday at 3 p.m. We're going to be talking about the election, as far as these national races, the state races, and also local elections. We have a lot of them going on right now. And good luck to everybody that's running. Congratulations to everybody that won already. We're going to be talking about this thing, man, and how, especially how these races, as far as state-wide races and Senate races, how they affect the labor movement. How they affect us. Like in Georgia, for an example, Stacey Abrams is running against Brian Kemp. And I know she's been doing some research, man. It's kind of like, man, she's down a little bit or it's even. And as a working class, we need to know what she's done to help us save our pensions. The people of Georgia, not only people of Georgia, but people around this country need to understand what she did after she lost to Kemp the first time. Now, how she put boots on the ground and registered so many people to vote and got those people motivated to vote to get Senator Warnock, who's also on the ballot, and John Ossoff and all these guys elected to make sure that the pension bill and everything that was in that bill passed to help workers and stuff. So we need to make sure that we do this, man. It's very important. I'm looking forward to Sunday at 3 o'clock. You talk about the effects of these races, these local races, these state races, these federal races, how they affect us as working class people. All right. God bless you guys. We love you. Don't forget, vote Richard Hooker Jr. 623 Lives Matter. It's very important. Again, this is not against the opposition slate. It really isn't. This is about fighting for our future, sending UPS a message on what you guys want, right? I'm looking for a big victory. I know it's going to happen thanks to the members. We appreciate your support. Keep praying for us. Again, I'm going to hold you guys accountable, to hold us accountable, all right? Because we need that. We need to make sure that we have some sustainability in this job, man, because we got some big fights next year. It's not just UPS. It's not just Greyhound. There's some more fights that we're going to have to take up. and we need everybody involved. All right, God bless. Chris, look forward to seeing you on Sunday, 3 o'clock. Make sure you guys tune in. I'm pumped up, man. Next Wednesday, we're gonna go ahead and win and keep on pushing. All right. See you guys soon. We love you. Bye-bye.